Let's take a breath and breathe, baby. Excuse her while she kisses the sky. Excuse her while she kisses the sky. Excuse her while she kisses the sky. Excuse her while she kisses the sky.
Everybody, I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. The time for talk is over as we are just mere moments away from the Super Bowl. Two teams now have a chance to prove they are the best. It's the Ravens going up against the Cardinals. So the time has come. Let's send you out to the stadium and join the two men that will have the Super Bowl call. Here are Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
All right, we appreciate it, Larry. It's our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. We count down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here between the Baltimore Ravens and the Arizona Cardinals. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. This offense can be flashy at times, and a big reason for that is Perryman.
I like the way you use the word big, because that's exactly what Brashad Perryman is. A big receiver with a ton of speed. Runs so well, yet that strength downfield really confounds defensive backs. Is it okay if I tell you I played against his dad in college?
Well, I'm just impressed that you work confounds into the broadcast.
I'm impressed I'm still alive because I played against his dad in college.
Aiken, the man in motion. Here's Flacco. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they talked about how important the passing game was going to be against that defensive look. Good job there going to the air for the first down.
It's all about preparation. It's all about planning. And then it's about execution. So they put it all together in practice. Okay, this is what we think we're going to see. This is how they get to it. And then when the game comes, read it and attack it.
Now a play fake here on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. And here is the Cardinal defense.
Michael Kendricks is an inside linebacker who can roam sideline to sideline and make plays.
Aiken, the man in motion. Flacco fakes the give. Sets to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. That goes for a gain of 31.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
Dixon, and not much running room. Down to the 32. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain could look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
9 yards still remaining here to pick up the first on 2nd down. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Third down, Flacco from the gun. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
And this may be a big early turning point in this Super Bowl. They're going to go for it on 4th down here. They'll run it here with Dixon. He only needed a few inches. He didn't even get that. And this crowd into it early. Their guys stand tall on the opening drive of the football game. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run.
Here we go now.
Hogan now. He completes it to Peak. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 20 yards on the pickup there. And it'll give the Cardinals a 1st down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. And they'll send the slot in motion left. clock winding down. They go play action here on first down. He gets it here to Peak. It's a gain of 21 that time. And the Cards are going to have a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, trouble because you might run into a defense.
Executed it to perfection. Now Hogan. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. And here's the offense today that hopes to get off to a strong start. Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a two tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the two tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see two tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. It's a gain of 9 yards, and it'll be second and about a yard.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Second down now after the pass completion. Shift together here from the D-line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a third and very short. And here are the Raven defensive starters.
Trey Waynes is a very aggressive cover corner player, learning how to add off coverage to his game.
So they run it on second down. Now let's see what third down brings here for the offense. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it first and goal.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
First down and goal. The offense knocking on the door. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. One of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you could darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power running play with my best back right now. His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
And now here's his, and he is in for 6. Touchdown Cardinals. Kevin Hogan taking it in. And the Cardinals have taken the early lead.
Partner, that was simply an example of getting low, wasn't it?
It was indeed. And for the quarterbacks, so they get low the line. They did their job. Is the quarterback's job just to find a crease and dive?
Find a crease and just get in there. And ordinarily, you start low yourself, get low behind that offensive line. But sometimes they do such a great job, you can almost fall forward and find the crease for a touchdown.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot.
It'd be hard to say that a defense wouldn't be ready for a first down run. When you can gain that kind of yardage against a defense, it's really kind of geared to stop that play. Your confidence has to rise, and now you've actually opened up your playbook. If you want to throw the ball now for play action, you're good to go.
Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It's the Ravens who have the football. They've got it 2nd and 6 to start things out. They'll come out in the pistol. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now. And defensively, a dime look here. 6 DBs on 3rd and 12.
No surprise at all.
Another pistol look here. Barely got that snap off. Flacco now. Looking deep downfield. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. This is brought in at the 21. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. They're going to look to throw. Now he's flushed out left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Daniil Hunter in there yet again. What else is new as he continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. And a long way to go for the offense here on 2nd down. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Offense needs something here on 2nd down. It is 2nd and long. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Oh, the rookie nearly had the pick. Probably should have had it. 3rd down now.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. Here's Garrett Swanson now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. This is taken at the 18. And he is out of bounds, getting it across the 30-yard line. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. 1st and 10 here for Flacco. It's caught. Kamar Aiken. 13 yards there on the pickup, and the Ravens are going to have a first down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is not with his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle. He can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
On 1st down, Flacco. And he's got his man in stride, complete. It'll go as a gain of 12, and it's good enough for a Baltimore first down.
Everything about that play was beautiful. A great corner route where the receiver worked the defensive back inside and then broke back to the outside to the corner. But how about the throw by the quarterback? Anticipation on the break from inside to outside. He threw the football. As the receiver turned around, the ball greeted him.
5 wides in the game, 4 of them to the right side. Moore, the man in motion. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Passing play, Flacco. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Incomplete on 1st down. Now Flacco on 2nd. Looking for Perriman, and it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
He completes it to Julio Jones. A good pickup there at 22.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
No, that wasn't an explosive run. That wasn't one that took it all the way to the house. But, boy, for a team that's had trouble running it the entire game, that's the kind of run they need, hopefully, to get themselves kick-started.
They come out here in the eye. Johnson on the counter. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. On the ground, this is Johnson. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Super Bowl 51 after this. Hogan now. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Daniil Hunter in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Halfback sent in motion. Now Hogan. Hard throw, incomplete.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
This is fielded at the 7. A good return there, 17 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Moore, the man in motion. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look, and he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Fletcher Cox in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. And the wideout in motion. Second down, Flacco now. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth.
When big runs occur, sometimes there's a sense that things were pretty easy, and that one carried them down inside the 10. But getting into the end zone now, that won't be easy at all because you're going to face different defenses and not as much real estate to work with. Will they be able to run it, or will they have to throw it in order to try and score?
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. David Johnson, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Cardinals will extend their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up in the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
And he's going to be out of bounds down near the 35-yard line.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. The wide receiver moving to a new spot. First and 10, and Flacco looking to throw. Over the middle to Smith. They'll get 16 yards there, and that'll be good for Baltimore first.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there, because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. Now a play fake here on first down. Looking for someone to throw to. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They come out here in the eye. On second down for Seth. And he'll cut it out to the sideline. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. Field goal unit not out there. They want 6 before halftime. One of the tight ends comes in motion. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. Field goal unit not out there. They want 6 before halftime. They're motion out one of the tight ends. So now it's first and goal. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Mike Wallace, as time expires in the first half. And the Ravens have cut it to within a score. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. So as the set designers rush out here to get us ready for the spectacle to come at intermission, these two teams will head to the locker room in Super Bowl 51 from Houston. As we send you on over to Orlando, where we'll check in with Larry Ridley. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Buying time to his left. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
They'll come out in the pistol. They go play action here on first down. Backing up. He's going to fuck. And got his man. Complete. They got 29 yards there. And it'll give the Cardinals a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game at Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Another pistol look here. Now a handoff. Johnson. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1.
So after that stop, you know that 3rd down is not a gimme if you're on the offensive team. So what are you going to do? Run it again? Or maybe you go play action and try and throw the ball and pick up the necessary yardage.
Third down and 1. They try the left side with Johnson. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. He needed a yard. That's what he got. And it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the first down.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Now the pressure gets to Hogan, and he goes down on a sack. Daniil Hunter in there to get him again. The 3rd time he sacked him here tonight. And the back goes into motion. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. They'll set up to throw. Dancing to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Hogan now. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the 2nd half. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, we gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. They get the pick. Now what can Flacco do on first down? Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. It's a gain of 14 there, and it's good enough for a Baltimore first down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
And that is incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move all over the place to try and find good matchups. And they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
So now it's 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look, 6 DBs. Setting up to throw, Flacco. And he comes back with one complete. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down.
And when an offense is doing a nice job selling the play-action pass, a lot of responsibility shifts to the linebackers. They're the ones that have to determine run or pass and get to the proper places on the field.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
Slot man moves right. Play action. Flacco. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this is caught at the 20. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Rashad Perriman with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
2nd down following the run.
That was a really nice play. Be able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. Back now here on EA Sports. All square, 14 apiece to score as we get ready for the 4th quarter. Fresh set of downs here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Well, he didn't make headway on that one, but he's had plenty of carries all night long. I just wonder if maybe he's a little bit tired from toting the rock that much.
Again, it's Johnson. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you've got to have you guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to...
And now the ball's out, fumbled near midfield. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
Bootleg, Flacco. Under pressure, and Flacco's going to be dropped. Nick Perry, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. And the offense now will try to regroup after the sack on 2nd down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Moore, the man in motion. 3rd and long for Joe Flacco. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. 19 yards there on the pickup. And that'll bring up 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. So the drive here ends with a field goal, and that does give them the lead, but this one is still a long ways from over.
And you love to be able to look up at the scoreboard and see that you're out in front, but then you take one look across the field and see that offense is raring to come back out, and you think, I don't know, the field goals are going to be enough to get us home.
So out now come the Cardinals, and last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though? When they only gave up the field goal, and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive, a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
Defense in a good spot. Let's see how the offense responds with a 2nd and 13 now. Now Hogan. Forced out to his left. 11 yards on the pickup, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Third down, Johnson, and he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1, you know the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. A first down carry here for Johnson. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Here we go. Green.
Back to throw now on first down. Flush to his right. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he's brought down after a good gain. They'll get 32 yards there. And the Cardinals are going to have it now 1st and goal.
We just saw him hit a big play there on a deep post. And most of the time, the post isn't available because usually you have defenders in the middle of the field. But if you throw enough curls and crossing routes and underneath routes, I know from experience, they get tired of watching those balls get caught. They start to creep up a little bit, and that's when you can hit them big over the top.
A good run, 8 yards there, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They're mounting a nice drive here. Good chunk of yardage there again. O-line, they've been solid this drive.
They have that look about them right now that says, if you do anything but run the ball behind us, you're crazy. They have really moved it well on this drive, and they want to finish it off the same way.
2 minutes to go in Super Bowl 51 from Houston. We're back to perhaps crown a champion after this. They'll run it with Johnson. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Stonewalled on 2nd down. Now let's see what they can do on 3rd and goal from the 2. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. And give them 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal. And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Shift together here from the D-line.
Let's go.
They'll try and sneak it here. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain, and it's 2nd down.
Oh, yeah, good surge defensively. Sometimes you can just tell by the way a quarterback lines his feet up behind center. He's going to try and sneak it in. And they catch him here and stop him for no gain.
They come out here in the eye. It's a corner, and he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Kevin Hogan, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Cardinals have taken the lead here in the 4th. And it would appear they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And he motions the wide receiver. Back to throw. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. It's a gain of 24 that time. And that'll be good for a Baltimore 1st. In motion comes the tight end left. They'll look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. He'll look to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. And they're going to speed things up here. He's back to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. What a Super Bowl this has been, and the biggest play comes now. It's 4th down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Here we go. 4th down, 4th quarter. Flacco. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They have the lead. Still a one-possession game, but the defense got to stop. They've got the football now. Just salted away, right?
Exactly. That's all the defense is counting on from their offense. They did their job in a big way. You know they're over on the sidelines now starting to take their tape off and, hey, we've done this thing. The offense has to put it away, and that means ball security.
Absolutely. Stranger things have happened. Time for this one final knee to put a bow on this title bout. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. And the Cardinals have done it. They're the kings of the NFL. Arizona, your Super Bowl champs. And to the Super Bowl champions, they etch their name forever in NFL immortality.
That's pretty phenomenal right there. It actually gave me chills just to hear you say that, because immortality forever and ever. When you look in the record books, you'll see this team, you'll see their picture. That your name will be a part of it. That's got to be an incredible feeling, because it's been a long journey to get there, and now they get a chance to enjoy it.
And they end this year just how everybody wants to end the year, holding the Lombardi Trophy. What a season for them. What a ride it's been for us as well here in the booth. For Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We will see you next season right here on EA Sports.
opposite, cause I'm the main event in boxing, and it has the time to ticking. I've been out here playing my position, I'm about to get it. Now ain't no one about to block me here, cause someday